I am going to be making this simple zipper pouch by Sew Ideas pattern. It's a cute, very simple, quick make. And it's a zipper pouch, really cute. This is just scrap vinyl that I have left over from making Marauders map. I usually make at least one a week of the Emily tote Marauders map one that goes out for my shop. It gets ordered, so I had these little scrap pieces left over. I refused to throw them away. I was like, okay, what can I make with it? And I'm making the simple zipper pouch, and it's by Sewn Ideas. All right, so we're going to be making them in two different sizes. There's the large that has a zipper overlay thing you can do on either the outside of the pouch or the inside. I'm going to be doing mine on the inside. And then the small version, which is the same as this one. Okay, so I'm going to show you two different sizes, and it's actually a pretty quick sew. I sewed this one up in less than 20 minutes, and that's with me spending more time reading the instructions to make sure I had the right seam allowance. And it had the right size zipper and things like that. So whenever I do a pattern for the first time, it takes me a while to read it because I have a little bit of dyslexia, so it takes me a minute to read patterns, but I do it. So, all right, let's get started. So we're gonna actually start with the large one, and then we'll move over to the small ones. So this week we're gonna be featuring our zipper pulls, our Hogwarts zipper pulls for the Harry Potter ones, and then we're gonna be using our Mickey zipper pulls for this cute Mickey fabric. Let's get started. All right, so for the large one, you're going to need a 8-inch zipper, an 8-inch zipper pull. So if you're using a number 5 zipper pull, use zipper tape, match it. An 8-inch zipper, number 5, a all-purpose zipper for the inside piece, because this calls for a number 3 zipper. So this is an all-purpose zipper. And so if you didn't know the difference between the difference between a number 3 and number 5, it's the size of the zipper teeth themselves. So this is a number 3, and then this is number 5. So if you're ever confused at the store, then that's how you will know. And then we have our 2 pocket pieces, our 2 exterior pieces, and then our 2 interior lining pieces. So first thing we're going to get started with, the pattern actually starts with the zipper portion. So I'm actually going to get started with the zipper overlay. So I'm going to grab one of my lining pieces, my all-purpose zipper, and my overlay. So I think I got everything I needed. So these are everything you need for us to first get started. All right, so I'm just going to mark out my centers, and I'm realizing I did a really bad job doing these corners. I cut this like 10 minutes before starting the live because I made this little one, and then I was like, that's just going to be too small. And then the zipper overlay doesn't come with instructions for the small one, so I was like, I really wanted to show you guys the overlay. This is a free pattern, so grab that pattern. It's got lots of information in it for you. All right, so I've made my center mark, okay? So once I've done my center mark, I'm gonna take this piece here and I'm gonna actually put, for the overlay, I am going to put on an 1/8-inch piece of double-sided tape. And this is the rippable kind. My friend Nicole over at Sonar was so nice to give me a shout out yesterday about my double-sided tape on her newest Triscale wallet tutorial. I was so happy about that. And then she messaged me and said, hey, I'm in desperate need of 1/4 inch. I was like, okay, we'll put the order in for that. Okay, so now I'm gonna fold this in half. I could have folded it in half before I did the double-sided tape, but why make my life easy? It is really the best double-sided tape, really. I'm gonna put that right there for just a second, and then I'm going to measure down 1 1/4 inches down, and then just bump it where it needs to be. Thanks, Monica. I know it's the best. Okay, so now I'm going to use a number 5 stitch. I think I'm going to put this guy right, and I'm just going to go around the outside of this zipper overlay. All right. So I pulled my threads to the back. You don't have to. If you just want to back stitch, you can. I just like the way it looks when I there's the zipper overlay. I've just stitched all the way around the exterior. So now what we're going to do I call it mama. All right, so now that we've done that, all I did was slash through the center, and then I'm taking my scissors and very carefully peeling it back just so that I can just like that. So now you have a hole, and then in the back, that's what it looks like. See, it doesn't have to be pretty. The only thing is that you just have to make sure you're not seeing any of the lining from that hole right there in the overlay. One of our pieces is our zipper pocket pieces. Put the double-sided tape there. You could use the 1/8 or the 1/4 inch. I like to use a 1/4 inch here. Peel that off, and then you're gonna take the zipper and put it right on top. You're just lining up that edge right there with it. Then what you're doing is you're going to stitch really close to this edge so that it looks like this. You may be asking yourself, okay, well that's different from what I've done before. I usually do pretty side stitching. Not when doing this type of zipper overlay pocket. So we want it to be so that the wrong side of the zipper is on the right side of the lining piece. Now we're just gonna open that up, finger press that, and then get our other piece of lining and line that up. You can pin, you can clip, you can use tape, whatever you need to at this point. I'm just gonna be a rebel and go without any of it, because why not? So that's what we're looking for right here. We're looking for it to look like a zipper right here. So the right side of the zipper is right here. This is the wrong side, and then this is the pretty side. So the pretty side, when you look inside the zipper pocket, is what you're gonna see, and then you're not gonna see any of these stitches at all when you do your thing, okay? So now I'm gonna take I'm just gonna use some double-sided tape just to kind of hold that down for a second. It may not need to stay down there completely the whole time, but hey, peel it back, and then you're gonna open it up, and then just push what you've just sewn with the zipper tape in a little piece of that lining, just like that. See that? Looks nice and clean, and now we're doing it to the other side. Just like that. Okay. Now we're gonna put it on the zipper overlay. You may be thinking to yourself, this is a lot of double-sided tape, but yes, it is. Okay. So now I like mine opening from the left to the right. So this is my left, this is my right. I'm gonna put this right on top. I'm gonna peel the top part first. Just like that. I like to do this so that way one side I can get nice and lined up, and then do the other side and peel it. Now, you may be saying, okay, don't forget your zipper pull. Okay, remind me that in just like 2 seconds, okay? All right, now that I've got that in, I'm gonna push my zipper pull in. Like so. So now that it's inside, okay? Now we're going to leave our pocket pieces like this. So we want them out, and we're going to stitch all the way around. You can start with whatever side you think it's best to start on. I like to kind of start a little bit past my zipper pull and go around. This is what it looks like on the other side. See that? I'm going to tie off my threads like I did before. Can you guys hear my fan? Like that. Okay, so now we can pull this back, right? And all that's keeping this up right here is just the tape. So no big deal. Kind of push that down, and I'm going to cut that excess right there. You always have a little bit of excess, so it's not a big deal. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to pull this back, and we're going to sew down, back stitch, up and back stitch. Do you have a list of the patterns you are doing for the series? So I am going to post that tonight. Actually, a few of them are self-drafted patterns, and a few of them are ones that I have sourced through looking through the internet and making sure that they were actually, you know, what I would consider like beginner friendly. Alright, so all I did was fold up that bottom, pop it out, and then I just put some steam on that bottom piece just to go like that. Because I'm going to be turning my zipper pouch through this opening. Okay, so I'm leaving this open. It's very important, leave that open. Alright, if you wanted to put some extra bling bling here, you could put some rivets on either side of this. I think that would make it look really cool. I'm not gonna do that today, but I think it would look really cool just putting some rivets right there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is work on our exterior, but really fast. I'm just gonna put these two pieces together, mark my centers, and obviously correct my corners because I don't know what I was doing. I mean, that's not so bad for cutting it out in like 10 minutes. Take these two pieces, set it aside. If you had any cute like woven tags that said something, you could totally like put that on there. It would be really cute if you put a woven tag on. If you want a little slip pocket, you can put a slip pocket on this side. Take these two pieces, put them aside for right now, and we're doing our exterior pieces. So I did a Marauder's map for one side and just a pretty burgundy color for the other side. So it's like two-tone. You're gonna need your zipper pull and your number 5 zipper, that's 8 inches. So let's prep our zipper first. If you don't, if you're not able to open this up and slip it in, you could use a zipper jig, like so. Okay, I'm gonna put it right here so you guys can see what I'm doing. This is how you use a zipper jig or a zipper helper. Okay, so you put this down so it kind of just holds it like so. Okay, the openings is towards me. Okay, and it's upside down. So you take your zipper, you crack it open, you turn it upside down, then you come in, and you want to come in at an angle. And then pull. And if this thing was actually strapped in, it would. See that? Zipper on. Zipper helper. All right, so now we have that, just like that. Now we're going to continue to open it the rest of the way, okay? Right here, we're wanting to put this at a 45-degree angle, like so, and then hold it in place and pin. Okay? So you see how that's a straight one, and this is folded over. We're gonna do the same process with this side. And what I like to do is just kind of clip it really fast and then see, okay, is this going to be even when I line this up? See, this one's a little shorter than this one, so I'm gonna move this one up a little bit more. And all I do with that is just take less of the zipper tape. Aha. So now that's even. Okay, so all I'm gonna do now is just do a quick little basting stitch to keep all of that in place. I'm just gonna hold it, pop it down over there, move my pin out the way, and continue to stitch and move my zipper out the way. So it stays like that. Just a quick little stitch. I like to burn my edges with my, there we go, and then just snip that thread right in between. There we go. Now we're ready. Now I'm going to put my zipper tab at the end. So for me, I am using I got a little piece here. So this is a 1.5 inch by 2 inch, if I'm not mistaken, piece. And it is an overcut because we are going to be trimming it down here in just a second. Like, okay. So all this is going to do is cover the end of the zipper, like so, okay? So I like to make a mark. So if this is 1 inch and this is 2 inch, I like to come up halfway and just do a quick mark. Just like that. So just like that. All right, so now I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna put it in between the 2 lines, like that. And then I'm gonna peel it back. And then I'm just going to take my zipper, line it up to that mark right there, and then fold it over. Sometimes the fold over takes a little bit more, so just push it right underneath the line and then fold it over. I mean, you guys can't see what I'm doing because of that. Just like that. So that's what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna stitch from one end to the other. I don't necessarily have to back stitch because this is gonna get sewn into the bag. So just make a straight stitch right down there. You're gonna see how fast this other one comes together when you're just using already like pre-made things. You'll see. Cut it straight, so it's straight. Cut it straight so it's straight. If that makes sense, right? Burn those edges just to make sure everything is sealed, and now you have a zipper tab. Okay, so now I'm going to create a center mark for mine. So I do like to snip my tape, but when I do my snipping, I burn. So I snip and burn. Okay, gonna mark out my centers. I love that movie. It's funny, especially when they're talking about baby Jesus. He does grow up. Okay. So let's go ahead and go there. And mark there and there. Okay. I get this from Bodio. This is a leather-backed vinyl. So it's like it feels like leather in the back. It's like it's a faux leather, but it really feels like leather, but it's not. But it's a faux leather. Okay, so now we're gonna take our piece and then we're going to line it up to this top edge. I'm gonna use my double-sided tape because it's handy dandy, just like that. Okay, and then do the same thing on this side. Maybe I was supposed to put the zipper tab a little further out to extend itself from the zipper, but that's okay. There we go. Then for the lining piece, I like to make a sandwich, right? So when we're making like a peanut butter jelly sandwich or something like that, this is going to be our bread, peanut butter and jelly, and then the other side is our other piece of bread. At least that's how I like to look at it. I use a lot of food references and driving references. So just like that, peel the tape. This just helps you for not having to pin as much. That's all. So this is the front of it. So against the front, I want the one without my zipper pocket. Just like that. Okay. So now we're going to stitch down this edge using a joining stitch. Alright, so now you can go like that. Now if you want to top stitch here, you can. I suggest that you not top stitch past the zipper tab or where this zipper is here. Just make sure everything's nice and folded down. I like to pull on this to really make sure. Top stitch length. So now it's top stitched. Look at that top stitching. Toot toot. Yep, I like to toot my own horn all the time. All right, do the same thing for the other side. 4 boxes and a letter. Okay, so I did that. So see how right there it's not quite lined up. All I'm gonna do is unzip that section and then reapply my tape. This is why I like the zipper tape, because I got a piece of thread stuck in this. There we go. So now on this side, I'm just gonna reapply fit that down because I really want to make sure it's nice and flat. And it's right up against that edge, like that. So that I don't have a wavy zipper. If you have a nice flat zipper now, it will not be wavy when you sew it. If you want to avoid a wavy zipper, apply it flat. Okay, so now, so for the double-sided tape, you guys, just to let you know, I am actually looking to source, it's the same company, but the spools, instead of being like this big, right, it's going to be smaller, and I'm also going to do 3/4 of an inch, which it helps with binding or straps, just a little bit thicker than 1/2 inch. So awesome. I can't wait. You guys would be, okay, I'm going to flip this over because this side here, right? Okay, so this may not look right because it's open, because the zipper is open. That's why this isn't looking right. But just to let you guys know, we close it up. Looks better, right? Okay. I'm not stitching with this side down because it gives like a friction against this fuzzy stuff. So the fuzzy stuff is great, but against the bed of your machine, it gives resistance. So it doesn't like to go smoothly. So if you ever have that issue, all you have to do is just turn it around. Okay, and now we're going to literally repeat the same process we did on the other side, where we're going to do our top stitch. Okay, so we've got that. We've got our opened interior zipper pocket. Make sure your zipper is open so you can put your hand through. You're going to want to have this be open as well. So you're going to want to open it at least half the way, if not 3/4 of the way. Now what you're going to do now is we're going to match these two sides together. So you're going to put pretty sides together, lining sides together. Right here, where your lining pieces are and your exterior are, you want everything going the same direction. So I'm pushing everything towards the main, like so. So everything's going that direction. Okay, thank you. Making sure that's lined up really nice. Making sure that's lined up really nice. And just clip all the way around. I like to make sure these sides are properly seated before I do anything else. That's what's going to really show if those corners are lined up or not. Everything else I can work with. They're not going to look inside my seam allowance and be like, oh, this one's off by 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch. They're not going to know that. All right, so now here, line these together. This is where it's a little different from the pattern. She has you take to then pulling this through the, I'll show you. All right. So now what we're going to do is I purposely put my clip so that the flat portion is towards this side, because remember, this doesn't create any friction or any like stopping it from moving like this side does. This side does it more. So I'm going to start from here, right? You can put yourself a little more here. It could be about 5 to 6 inches right in here. Follow the pattern directions if you need to as well. Back stitch here, come across, back stitch, come across, back stitch at all these corner pieces. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to box out our corners. So all we're going to do for our box out corners is I take these two pieces and I like to either butterfly them open like so. So you have both of your lining pieces and both pieces going each direction. Like see, this is my white and then this is my red. You could have them both going direction, or you can do what's called nesting, where you literally have one seam going one direction and another seam going the other direction. I personally like this better. I like to nest my seams rather than butterfly. It's just a lot less fiddly for me. There's more than one way to backstitch. If you can't quite backstitch because it doesn't go up the hump, it's okay. It's no problem. Just lift up your foot, lift up the needle, and sew it again. All right, the great part about this is we are almost done with this pattern. So now we're gonna take this side here, and the only thing you have to make sure you're doing is making sure that all of this seam goes the same direction when you're doing your nesting. Just like that. I don't know what that was. Did something just come through? All right, so let me go ahead and put all that going the same direction to make sure it's nice and flat. And what you're looking to have is that this is flat. This right here is flat. Make sure you guys can see that. So this right here is straight, and these two edges go out. So it's almost like the roof of a house is what you're looking for. And then if you feel this seam here matches this seam, so you can kind of feel it with your fingers. That's another reason I like to nest, because once you really lock that in and nest it, it almost perfectly aligns versus you butterflying it open. Okay guys, moment of truth. No hands. For like 2 seconds. Yup.
Like a newborn baby walking.
It is.
You gotta give it its time to stabilize.
Yeah. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna close up the bottom of my lining piece through my zipper. So I'm putting my hand in through the zipper opening, getting these two pieces right here, and then just pushing it through the pocket opening. This is not in the pattern, but this is something that I do a lot because I don't have the hand strength to pull even zipper pouches out of small openings. I just can't. So this is a cheat that I do, so that the bottom of the bag looks really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just hold that right there. Alright, so now all I gotta do is just make sure everything looks good. So like right here, I want to pull this out just a little bit more. This would be a really cute clutch. I'm just saying. You could put like one of those little connector things like right there, and bam. You got a chain connector right there. I mean, that's pretty cool. Nice. I know, right? Okay, I just close up the opening and then we're done. Then I'm going to show you really fast how we make the small one. And I'm not going to stop and show and explain things as much with the small one because I'm going to use a pre-made zipper, so I'm not doing a zipper tab. So that if you want to knock these out really fast without all the bells and whistles. Hey, Grandma. So Miss Lacewell, Miss Shirley right there. That's my mother-in-law. We call her Grandma. All right, so we're going to hold this down. Back stitch. If you had any of those cute like woven sewing things from like sewing blurbs, you can put one of those in there right now. I ran out of the ones that say made with magic. I need to buy more, and I just bought like 50 tags from them, or like 100 tags from Mormino because I needed to get some for the Halloween box that I'm doing and the cupcake box next. So bam! Look, Mom, no hands! I'm getting mail like crazy right now. That's awesome. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's what the inside looks like. It's super cute with that little zipper interior pocket. Opens up really nice and wide because you have one side that's really open and then you have a zipper tab on this side. Thank you, Jade. And it's just really cute, right? It's a great pattern. I made a couple modifications because it would not be the Sandra show if I didn't do anything different, right? All right, so that's super cute. So this is the large This is the small. That would be cute. You could put this one inside this one and give it to someone with like a little gift set or put some ribbon around it, right? But hey. All right, ready, set a timer. This is fast. It's gonna be so fast, it's gonna whip your head. Okay, so because this one has a stopper already, I'm not doing a zipper tab. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring out a 1/2 inch from each edge and I'm making a mark. 1/2 inch from each edge. Same thing on this side. And it's pretty much the same size as the little boxy bottoms. This is the piece I was looking for before. I was asking about it, wasn't I? I was like, where did you fit? That's what it was. It was stuck to the other piece. I knew I wasn't going crazy. All right, so what I'm gonna do is this side here, I'm gonna have that metal piece be just on the inside of, I want the little metal piece just to be on the inside of that line because that's where I'm gonna be stitching. This is woven with a like a very, like I think this is Pexi Fleeves or something, the light one or something. It's not my favorite, but I use it as a scrap piece because I have scrap pieces. And I'm completely out of Sofuse Plus. I need to hit up Monica and be like, Monica, I need my Sofuse Plus. I need 2 bolts. You think I'm joking? I'm not. All right. So now we did that. That's going to make the process a lot faster. We got our tape down. Okay. Now we're doing it at the actual seam allowance, which is 1/2 inch. It's a 1/4 of an inch. See, this is why I don't like this one. It's like just peeling off. I don't like it. It'll be fine for what I'm doing right now, but I don't like it. Know your machine and know that it can go through the thickness. Then I would say keep it in the seam allowance. It just keeps everything a little bit more firm and what I would consider like pliable. Like it doesn't shift and move as much. Okay. Okay, you can open these up and you can top stitch. Same thing to this side, just really roll that way and then all right. So now we're going to open up our zipper. Very important. Open it up and put our pieces together. Again, match up our sides. The same thing we did before. All right, so now we're gonna start here. Go all the way around like we did before. All right, guys, let's get this done. Let's get her done. All right, so these are little tiny ones. So see, I just pressed it and it still didn't stay down. I'm done. I'm done. All right, tiny little corners. Don't worry about me. All right, push that in, press it. So see how all I did was steam that and it just stays. A good cotton will do that. (3 minutes to 3 minutes and 15, like, come on now. Done. Now, you can't tell me that you can't make something like this. This is a faux exterior, so it's nice and wipeable and everything like that, right? A cotton lining, pre-made zipper, take 10 minutes, make a handful of those for the teachers in your kids' lives. Thank you very much. Mic drop. Okay, I'm off my rant. Okay, so this is with an all-purpose. This is with a number 5 with a zipper tab. Okay. And then this one is the large. So we got large and small. There you go. That's it, guys. I'm done. I made 2 zipper pouches. It's a super cute set, Shanova, isn't it? Right? You may want to think of maybe doing yours in different sizes. Thanks, guys, so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. All right, guys. Thanks. Have a blessed day. Bye. See you guys tomorrow.